Yo guys, Mystic here and welcome back to a brand new Skul the Hero Slayer video. And in today's episode we're going to be using the first ever Skul I did a video on, and that is Alchemist. Now, because I have had an absolutely just horrendously shit time of trying to record a video for you guys because I've just died constantly, we are going to be doing an ARSON run, and to make this easier I've picked up the Curse Live Embers because I've never used it on an ARSON run with FLASK Alchemist. And if you guys know, FLASK Alchemist very early on into Skul's life cycle was actually the most OP Skul in the game, and that was by a very long shot as well. There was literally nothing except maybe King that stood up to him. So if you did play back then, let us know in the comments because you know the real power of this guy. But the way we are going to be trying to build him out today, obviously we want to go for full ARSON if we can. If not, getting a little bit still isn't going to be too bad. But like I was saying, we mainly just want to go for, some ARSON, a little bit of wisdom isn't going to be bad, because you do just want to build this guy up. If you can get some skill cooldowns as well, that'd be quite good. And a little bit of concentration speed would work, only because this guy has the golem that spawns every couple of seconds. But I think when you get to unique and or legendary, it does change to just a normal timer after them. And let's see who we get here. Werewolf is going to get destroyed. And I'm not really too bothered about pairing this guy up with anybody, mainly just because he is actually a balanced Skul. All we really need to worry about in pairing this guy up is another balanced Skul, because we obviously want to try and find the Bone of Mana with this guy. But that is where Lil Skul comes into play, because he is a balanced Skul. We don't really need to find anybody to swap this guy out with. We can just keep it as Lil Skul here if we really wanted. And you know what, let's just take the Hunter's one and longbow for now. Let's move on to the shop. And getting the Golden Wand is not bad. It is a little bit of treasure and artifact. We can reroll one more time. And you know what? We're going to take the Manatech Cogwheel. Let's go up top. We're going to try and find some good ARSON items, or just go for the legendary. And it looks like we are going to be onto the legendary. The Armor of Fear is not good, but we will take it to just get destroyed for the time being. And we are fighting the Archer and or the Paladin. I can't say the Paladin's legendary is going to be too useful against this guy. But then I've never used crit with Mage. It might actually work out decently well. But luckily for now, the Cursed Live Embers is doing most of the damage for us, as you can see. When we do burn an enemy, they kind of explode into embers at the end of that burn. And with that, we are actually going to be able to get our boy Alchemist here upgraded into unique. Alright, here we go. We've got the unique Alchemist now. So we do have the second skill in the unstable summoning. I like to swap these around just because I do sometimes accidentally click the unstable summon. And all it does is, if you've got your ability on half, you can summon a golem in a particular area, and it just does a load of damage to that one singular guy. So it is actually really quite good for dealing rid of bosses, except maybe the sisters, only because they actually just like to sit still. Also, they don't like to sit still. If a boss is sitting still, then it's a lot easier for you. Now, Alchemist here, you can tell he is really not as powerful as he was before, only mainly because I think we got 3 charges on his Flask when he was a legendary last time, and they did a lot more damage with the kind of burning sensation. I should have grabbed that treasure chest as well. But this guy is certainly not bad. He's doing a good amount of damage, which is all we can really ask for now. As long as we're dealing the damage to the skulls and we're not killing ourselves, that is all I want, because I've had, like I said, a just horrifically shit time in trying to get a video out for you guys. But luckily now we're on into the shop here. Are we going to find anything good? I mean, we are going to re-roll up top first. do want it now. You don't want the Holy Footsteps. I will take Indomitable Will. That is 2 legendaries, which we will take. Same with the Bone Pouch, and I do see the Fragments of the Sun Wagon here, so let's take this as well. We are up to 3 Arson. If you wanted to get that upgraded in the shop, we can do it next time going into Act 2. I don't actually know what 4 Arson does. I can't even check on the PC. That is one thing we can't do. Just with the controller kind of layouts, it's just always been stuck for me. And we're not too bothered about anything here. Let's move on to the next Skul room. Are obviously going to be prioritizing Skul rooms because I do want to get this guy upgraded to a legendary sooner rather than later. And the Halfling Girl, we're not going to be too worried about taking for now. We can just let her sit in a cage and she'll show up to us a little bit later on anyway, so it is not too big of a problem. Alright, we are going to be on to Yggdrasil now, and I just wanted to say, guys, if you are enjoying the episode so far, you do want to help support the channel, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you are new here, and turn on post notifications, all that bell icon, so you get notified when I upload next. And we are going to be onto the Yggdrasil fight here, with the actual skill damage from our Golem and our Flasks. Can't see the guy living too long. And we are going to be saving our kind of Golem skill for the second phase, because when you actually do use his skill, the Golem can't spawn then for a little bit of time. So we want to let him get an attack off first before we go ahead and use it on Yggdrasil here. And look at his health bar literally just get destroyed there. He actually finished him off. Predicted Pain might not be a bad thing to actually get on him. But what we're going to do for now is open his chest and see if we get anything good. And honestly, we're actually just going to take Medusa here. Really good quintessence at the start of a game, and even going into the late game with the kind of stun that it does. And what we are going to go ahead and do is we are going to get Soul Strike upgraded, and then we're also going to buy, where is it, Relapse. So when a status ailment is applied, when it's finished, you have another chance of actually activating that status. So with the burn, obviously, if we burn somebody, it has a chance to activate again. So it's going to be a little bit better on the big bosses and things like that, because they've got a lot more HP to actually test it out on. But certainly with like the big guys here, it's really going to be quite useful. Obviously, if we can get the second burn, that does mean the Curse Live Embers will work twice. We're actually going to use the Golem here on the big dude. And the Gatling Gunner should be finished off by everybody else. Medusa, one of the better quintessences in the game, not for actually damage, but for its utility. Because it is a stunning quintessence, you can see we get the stun there to actually like stop the Gatling Gunner from doing any damage. Does also pair up a little bit well with the Symbol of Toughness that we've got, but the Symbol of Toughness is probably going to get destroyed at the next shop anyway, so don't get your hopes up in me keeping that up for too long. We're just trying to make our way up top here, killing the Sun Dudes before taking too much damage from their skills. Luckily the Flasks are going to be able to kill a big guy here, and then we really need to start getting Go-Getter upgraded, because that is where the Sun is actually going to be dealing its most amount of damage. Let's let the Golem finish the purple enemy off here. I'm assuming, yeah, he will die to that. And then we do also get the Fox NPC. I'm assuming she's going to give us some max HP, which I'm actually really happy about. Yeah, let's speak to you. I'm assuming it's HP, it's not. It's going to be attack speed. God, that is awful for this guy. Well, it's not awful for this guy, but this guy, he doesn't have good normals in the first place. So you're not really using him for his normal attacks. You are using him for the damage in his Golem and his Flasks. Alright, let's move on to the shop here. I do see the Lunar Ring, which we are going to pick up for the Armor of Fear, not the Symbol of Toughness. Let's open the Flask, and the Gravy can get destroyed. We also do find the Ritual Staff, which is huge for this guy. A little bit of Wisdom, an Artifact. Then we obviously also get the skill cooldowns. And we can re-roll one more time. I think what we're going to do is open the Bone Pouch. If we can, we're going to lock our good old artifact into 4. So we've now got some meteors coming down, dealing a good bit of damage there. I know I could have unlocked ARSON for that fact, but didn't really think it was all too worth it at the time. I thought I'd rather get the artifact upgraded instead, because the meteors, as you can see, do wipe out enemies really quite quickly here. And there's nothing I really want to take there, so we can move on to the next Skul room. We're going to let the golem take care of the big guy here. Yeah, we've really got quite a lot of damage now. You can actually tell from the golden wand, now that it's up to 50 from the, like, what, 14 that it was at. We are doing quite a decent amount, and it looks like we're onto the adventurer fight now. Alright, I would love none of your legendaries. If we somehow found the archer, the mage legendary, then that'd be quite good. But speaking of the archer, she's actually just gone ahead and died there. Cursed Live Embers and the golem really did, it seemed to just finish her off. Fuck me. Compared to the runs that I was having today, this is certainly going well so far. And let's get rid of the Frost Skull. We unfortunately cannot get this guy upgraded into Legendary going into the final Act 2. But we are going to be able to at least get him Legendary going into the third act, which is all we really care about, to be fair. As long as we get it by the third act, that's all that really matters. And let's make our way around. We've got the final few enemies here. Luckily, that meteor is going to take out the big dude, and then a fire flash should be able to, yeah, finish everybody else off. I think we've got a few guys at the back, so we can Kobe a fire flask on, but we didn't actually have it equipped at the time. Let's take the money. Still going to be focusing Skul rooms because I want to get our HP totem maxed out. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get him upgraded going into the Sisters fight, which is going to be... Sorry, our HP token going into the Sisters fight. A little bit of a problem because we're obviously only at the base 150 HP, where I would like a little bit more. But in these item rooms, you're all looking just for a little bit better arson items. If we could also find the Nether Mana Suppressor for a little bit of wisdom, I would not complain. And the golem can just finish the rest of these guys off here. Only got the shield dude remaining. And I'm assuming a few flasks, yeah, should be able to finish that guy off there. And we can make our way over to the end. We are going to be onto a shop here as the meteor just takes the rest of these boys out. We're not too bothered about the rest of them, so let's just get this destroyed. Let's move on to the shop now. And we are actually going to take the miracle drug here. Let's also take the 10 max life. And yeah, nothing else good, so we are going to move on to the next item room. Trying to find somewhere a little bit better than what we've got going on currently in the item department. Hopefully this room can help us out. Otherwise, we just got to kind of wait for the second after the Sisters fight when we can open the chest. Only if we had treasure 4, and then we would have maybe been able to get a little bit more money. But we can open this for now, and still nothing too good, so we'll move on here. We're going to be finishing the maids off quickly with the fire flasks, and we just want to make our way down here. I think there's going to be one trumpet dude maybe sat in the corner, or are they the big guys? They're actually the Gatling gunners. Luckily, we can stun them all, so they're literally going to do nothing to us. That is where the flasks really do come in handy. And we are going to be onto the Sisters fight now. On a decent amount of HP, we got pretty much 200. We've got all the skills going. We've got the golem spawn. We're going to be saving him for the second phase, only because he's really hard to actually time. And as long as we get this first sister in, I think we should actually be able to kill her in this first round, maybe the second. Depends how many Cursed Live Embers actually spawn and activate. Luckily, we can get a little bit of damage off with the Wisp, or the Wisp, should I say, Medusa. Let's just wait for the sister to spawn here. Here we go. We can get the stun off and hit her with all the flasks. Yeah, that is really going to do a lot of damage here. And we're actually going to use the golem just because we can get her to sit actually in it. Yeah, she's already out of that first phase now. That is really quite good. I know I did pretty much lie and say we were going to use the the golem in this second phase, but we had a good spot to use it, so I thought we might as well. We're just waiting for it to actually get spawned in now, so we can go for a little bit of good damage on her. And here we go, the golem is going to hit. We are now just waiting for it to do this attack, and now you can hit it for the big damage. That is what I wanted to wait for. You can see there, yeah, she is really not having a good time against us, which is really quite fun to be doing the most amount of damage against this lady for once. Yeah, there we go. The Indomitable Will is actually just going to be able to take her out there. I was going to try and swap out, but it didn't even matter in the end. And let's open the chest here, see what we're going to be getting. And literally, like, nothing good at all. So we are just going to destroy the Hunter's One and Longbow for the money. Let's move on here to the curses. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is getting Soul Strike upgraded. And we can't actually do much more else except by Go-Getter for now. So now we can move on. We can go ahead and get Alchemist here upgraded into Legendary. Alright, so now we've got this guy to Legendary. I did put the rest of the bone fragments into our HP totem. Hasn't really gone up all that much, which is really saying something. Luckily, this is actually going to be able to go up top. I keep forgetting every time you upgrade this guy, I need to swap his skills around. Because he does go ahead and, as you can see, swap his flask to his golem. So his golem's always on the left. I don't like that, and I like to have my right click as my flask. So we are going to be heading up into the next Skul room here. If we can find a few uniques or legendaries just to really help get this guy upgraded a little bit sooner, that is going to be the way of the game. Just really waiting for the golem to spawn here. I assume he is going to be finishing him off, but the Ultra Golem had to do his attack, so we couldn't actually do that. Yeah, we can kind of just wait for Big Man to die here to the lasers. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's got a missile in the sky. It doesn't look like it. Let's let Slave get destroyed here. I do want to find a little bit more wisdom items if we can. We've only really got the ritual staff at the minute. So, like I say, if you could find another Mana Suppressor, you know, give me something like that, I wouldn't be all too angry. And I do see Freezer chilling at the back here. We're going to have to kill him with the Fire Flasks. Unfortunately, we physically cannot attack this guy or kill him unless he is killing us. Saying that, I am going to be running away from that move. I don't want to get hit by you. Let's wait for this guy to spawn back in. Then we can go for the stun, go for the damage. Curse Live Embers is going to be able to finish him off. And we get the Demon Sword at the end. That is brilliant. This is certainly turning up to be one of my favourite items in the game. We'll swap it out for the Carlane Insignia for now. Yeah, we'll get rid of our treasure. And let's open the random box here. The Kendo Stick, not too bad, but we'll let it get destroyed. And we can re-roll. Do we actually want to re-roll one more time? Or what we might do is unlock treasure. And then go ahead and do that. And we might as well actually just let the Warlock get destroyed there. That is really quite nice. We're going to stun the big boys here, so you should all die to the Demon of the End. It is a very powerful item with this guy, because the way I like to use Warlock is I do not let go of his normal attack, and after I think it's 16 normal attacks you get to do the big kind of wave damage with the Demon of the End. And we do get the Burning Scripture. We are going to take this instead of, you know what, we're going to take it instead of the fragments. Do you want to do it with the fragments instead of the Indomitable Will here? Now, we're going to do it instead of the fragments of the Sun Wagon. We're probably going to go lock in Arson 4 into the shop. That's probably the next step. Oh, my notes is so itchy. Yeah, we're probably going to lock Arson into the shop there. Once we've got that maxed out, it's going to be doing a little bit more damage for us. I don't know if it, like, if the relapse happens a little bit more or enemies just get burned for longer. Couldn't quite tell you. I'd have to go check on the Skul wiki. But whilst we are here, we are going to be against the Priestess and the Archer. The Priestess being the more annoying one, but luckily we should just be able to finish you off with the Golem on this side. Yeah, it is going to die there. That is perfect. And then we're going to be going after the Archer next. I think the Demon of the End should be able to finish you off. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it with the Ninja though, yeah, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Can't see this Archer lasting the effort too much longer. The Flame Flask is going to be able to finish you off, as well as Mr. Thief here. And there we go. Let's search all these guys up. If you don't get any items, I just wouldn't mind some HP. And yeah, not all too good from them. We're going to destroy the skull here. We are going to put the remaining bone fragments into our HP totem. And we can move on here. Luckily with this guy, we're not actually taking all too much amounts of damage. So it could be looking worse. We're actually going to activate the golem here against Freezer here. Really just to help kill him in the only way we physically can. And then we've got the final few boys. I'm guessing you're going to go purple. You're not. You just won't let us attack you. Okay. Alright, luckily we can just throw a FLASK here. And let's move on to the next skull room. Still would like a few uniques or legendaries to get this guy evolved that little bit quicker. Or should I say, to get his totems upgraded that little bit quicker. And speaking of upgrading, we are actually going to be heading on into the shop now. So we should hopefully find a few upgrades in our items there. We do have a freezer, which we are going to go ahead and activate the big golem for him again, really just to help finish off and take out his HP. And now you can see who we are going to get destroyed. It is going to be Skeleton Bomber, and we're back in the shop. I think I'll re-roll one time, make it 2, and we get the Bone of Mana. We're going to have to pick this up, but what is it going to be for? It's going to have to be for, I think we're going to do it for the Carleon Staff. Because if we need to, we can always lock in Arson and Wisdom at the shop instead. Which I think is going to be the better play. I think that's what we're actually going to do. Let's pop the Golem here to stop their Ultra Golem spawning. If you didn't know, this guy is obviously based off the Act 3 enemies. And, oh, I've just realised we've got fucking Freezer here, so we're not actually going to be able to use the Golem to kill him. It's just going to be the Flame Flasks when he attacks us. Oh, I'm running away from this move. Let's hide. Go into our hidey hole, because he can't damage us here. Right, come on. Spawn over here, my guy. I think, yeah, that is going to finish you off there. Bone of Mana going to be very good for us. I was really hoping for a little bit of Nether Mana Suppressor there. Let's activate the Golem to finish off the rest of the boys. But yeah, like I was saying, we're going to activate Wisdom and our Arson in the shop, mainly just to help out with a little bit of the damage, because Artifact, even though the meteors are quite nice, this is a good pickup here. I don't think it's really too useful for us unless we get a little bit better Wisdom items, which I could only really want Nether Mana Suppressor to swap something out with. The run is going well. We're taking not too many hits. We're dishing out good amounts of damage with our skills, and especially like with our Golem and things like that. All we need to do is really just like worry about getting to Chimera, which I would actually assume is pretty close. Yeah, he is literally this next room over. So let's open the final chest here. Nothing good, so let's move on to the Chimera fight now. Alright, here we are onto Chimera. All we are wanting to do is use the Golem attack when we can. We're going to use it here, get the stun going. That's going to be dealing a lot of nice damage to him. Yeah, look at that. That is really quite a big burst. Already on half HP, which is what we like to see. And then Indomitable Will is just there to kind of deal a little bit of damage with the fire. But we're just going to be dodging through into that. And then getting the dodge away so he doesn't actually get that slam down. Let's go for the stun here. Obviously with our normal attacks we don't have to stand anywhere close to him. But we are just waiting for this Golem to get spawned in the second time. I think this is actually going to be the end of him here. It is. That was a very quick and easy Chimera fight there. So let's open the chest, see if we're going to get rewarded for it. And we are not, so what we're going to just do is destroy the Chimera's Poison Fang. Let's move on to the next curse shop. And what do we want to buy here? We can either get a maxed out or relapse. Or sorry, we can get 2 in both actually. Let's do that. Let's just be smart about it instead of maxing out 1, which you couldn't even do. But what we can do is actually max out this HP totem now. And then we might as well get started on these skill cooldowns. Not really too bothered if we don't get that maxed out. I might honestly just start and focus on our items going into Act 4 here. And pretty much the aim of the game now is just to stop our HP from getting lowered indefinitely. And by meaning, I don't mean death by that. I literally just mean I want to keep our HP at a high, a high point and not looking really low. So one thing we need to do and make sure of is to not get hit a bunch by a load of these guys, because you get more damage done to yourself the more enemies that actually hit you. It's a little bit annoying, but it is part of the game nonetheless. We're going to activate the golem here. We want to kind of stand around here so he still gets damaged by it. That is beautiful. I think Go-Getter honestly might be the more important one to lock in. I'm not 100% too sure yet, but it is seeming like that to me. We've only got Guts left now. I'm just waiting for him to actually come close to us. Then we can stun him and finish him off with the normal attacks. That is pretty nice. Once we actually get into a shot, we do actually have 7k. So we are going to be able to upgrade a nice amount of our items and things like that. We want to not jump off the edge of the map here. Alright, we do have one more chest before we head into the shop. That is going to be Gunpowder Sword, which we are not bothered about. Honestly, Soul Killer. I just want to test out how often this swings. We're probably just going to let it get destroyed. It is literally every time. I don't know if it's worth it, because we're going to be taking a lot more damage with it, and we're not actually standing too close to the enemies. So you know what? We've got 7k. Let's do a bit of re-rolling. How much is it to actually change these? It's 1.4, so we want at least 3k left. And we do have exactly 3k. We're going to open the wisdom box, actually. Mage's Mana Bracelets. Do we just want to get rid of the Lunar Ring? Honestly, we might do for now. Let's get rid of this. We've got our full wisdom. We're going to come in and change. We'll change Artifact over into our Arson here. Let's get that maxed out at 4. I would tell you what it does, but I don't actually know, so I can't. We're going to have to wait for the game to get updated for our controller again to actually be able to do that. Or sorry, for our PC again, because mouse and keyboard does not like to see inscriptions on this guy. Let's just make our way up here. We want to actually get rid of the HP totem. That's just going to make it a little bit easier for us to kill the rest of these guys with the basics. And I'm actually thinking now, Soul Killer might not have been a bad mistake. I can't take the Howling Egg. Last time I took it, I died instantly. I'd rather not be as powerful and actually live and see through the game than die halfway through it and be angry again and have to start recording all over again. So we'll take the Howling Egg in a different run. Let's move over here to kill the final few guys. It is literally just going to be Guts. And we are going to get a unique from our troubles. Dead cells can get destroyed now. Should probably be actually focusing some skull rooms for a... Nah, we don't really need to. We will still just keep sticking to the good old item rooms here. I'd like to get a little bit better wisdom items if we can. And probably swap out the Manatech cogwheel, because it's really not that good. It is only just giving us the arson at this point. But it looks like we are going to be onto the adventurers now. As long as we don't get the archer, I will be happy. Nothing too good. We can move on. Let's get rid of our debuffs. Let's go see who we're fighting. And who is it going to be? It is going to be the hero. Isn't it too bad of a shout? Only problem is we can't really use our big golem attack on him, because he just doesn't actually ever sit still. So we're going to have to dodge in. We're actually going to use it here, because we can actually stun him. And are you going to move all the way back here for me or not? It is a resounding no. Luckily, we are doing a decent amount of damage with the actual skills and things like that. We can try and not get hit by all of this stuff. Let's just keep the momentum going. And obviously with the Indomitable Will, it is actually doing a lot of damage for us as well. Because if you didn't know, if you burn them 5 times, that's where you kind of get the pillars of light that come through the ground. Can you please stop hitting me, man? Like, fuck me. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for his ultimate yet and killed us already. We can chuck the 2 pillars down. I'm assuming he's going to go for his attack now. That's going to be a stun and a kill. Fucking hell. That was way more tough than I thought it was. And we finally get a legendary from the adventurer. But it is not going to be the one we want. The chosen hero circlet can get destroyed. Even though it is a really good item, it's just no use to us this run. And all we need to worry about now is if we've got a little bit of more cooldowns in our totem, which is good. But we really need a little bit of HP, as you guys can in fact see. We are running just a little bit low. Oh, we just got to wait for Guts here. We've got to time our swings perfectly so he doesn't attack us. Here we go. Look at that. Now, that is some great Skul Hero Slayer playing. We should just be doing this every game. You've played the game for a few hundred hours. You should have that in you, even after a little break. Now, let's open this chest. We do get the Fire Spirit Salamander, which honestly is going to be better than a Manatech Cogwheel, so let's take this. I was kind of hoping this guy throughout the fight. We are going to use the big man here to get rid of you, mainly just because he does so much damage. Like, what the fuck? Thankfully, he actually gave us a HP totem in here. We need to get rid of this before anything else happens, so we can actually recover a nice bit of HP, which is nice. We are also going to be into the shop now as well, and nothing all too good here, so let's move on into the shop. We are going to be buying the food, and we do also get Arc Demon. Let's pick this up as well. Even though Medusa has served us well for the time being, I needed a little bit more damage, and that is what the Arc Demon can provide me, which other quintessences will not do. We need to kill this guy here without actually getting hit by the arch, which is a little bit of a fucking hassle. Luckily, Golem is going to be able to tank the other way and get you dead. And then we do have an Omen chest waiting for us back there, which I'm not going to be taking an Omen item now. I've already said it beforehand, so as long as it's a decent item, I'm not too bothered it's not. So we are, in fact, just going to move on here. I was thinking about taking the Dark Priest's robes, only really for the not the HP bonus, but the HP shield that you get from it. It is quite nice. We are going to use the Arc Demon here to help kill the big man, and we can just back away and fuck off from you. Yeah, the Golem is going to finish him off. That's what we wanted to see. Honestly, Infinite Bone wouldn't actually be a bad shout on this guy, getting the skill cooldowns. Only really going to work for the flasks, I'd assume. I don't know if they actually work with the Golem, because that would seem a little bit ridiculous if that just forgets its concentration time because of this item. But all we are trying to do now is make our way over to the Joan fight, which should be coming sooner rather than later, I would think. Well, we would think that. It is going to be probably the next room after this. Let's just wait for the big man to do his attack here. I don't want to fall off the map and get hit by him as well. What is that shit? Alright, I would love a shot before Joan. I think we do have one probably on the next floor, I think. We're going to be popping the Golem here and also activating Arc Demon just to help clear out pretty much everybody in here, because there is few too many enemies for my liking. And it looks like we are also going to get a NPC. If it's the Death Knight, that'll be really good. It's not. It's going to be the remaining one. We're not going to speak to you. We've got the final enemy here. We don't have a heal before Joan. Okay, we've already used the shop. It's a little bit annoying, but since Joan is the final boss, oh sorry, one of the final bosses, but one of the easiest ones itself, it's not really that big of a problem. Alright, let's head up into Joan here. You guys all know she has her 2 stages in the totems and the actual Joan fight itself. So let's go ahead and kill her. Alright, let's see which totem she's going to put a barrier down on. It is going to be the one on the left. How the fuck has that hit me? Like, what the hell? That is off to such a shit start. Let's activate Art Demon here. Luckily, we can get a little bit of HP from the guys on the ground, like these statues. So I would, yeah, love some HP barriers off of you guys. Can you please stop putting a totem on this thing? Thank you, Joan. As long as more statues come in and we can actually get some HP back, that's all I'm really bothered about for now. Because the skills here are going to be able to take out Joan and the totems, no problem. It is mainly just in case they get a... or there's like a big attack that goes off and we just somehow cannot help it. It does look like the second totem is going to be dead here pretty soon, though, if you don't put a barrier over the top. And there we go. We're going to head over to the right here. Actually, we can pop Joan on the... pop the Art Demon on the bottom stair here, and it should actually damage her. Yeah, that is quite nice. We're going to get the big golem in to deal a bit of damage as well. And she's going to spawn on the wrong side. That was a little bit of a waste of items there, but... or skills, but we should be fine. Especially if we go on this left-hand side here to not get damaged by that. Alright, Joan, I do want you to come into the middle so we can actually deal a little bit of a better hitbox to you. Here we go. And once the golem comes in, I do think that is where the lady does go ahead and actually die. As long as you sit in the middle here, I think that's going to be end of Joan before we take an extra bit of damage. It's not. We cannot get hit here once. And there we go. It actually, the Indomitable will actually finish her off. I didn't actually go ahead and touch her. Oh, we are on 9 HP. Thank you, we didn't use the revive there. And I think what we're going to do here is actually buy the Archbishop's Scriptures. We're probably going to pick this up for the Mage's Mana Bracelet. Yeah, do we take it for the Mage's Mana Bracelet? Even though we're going to get rid of our Heirloom, we are going to get a little bit of Relic. So you're going to be able to do a little bit of healing, which is quite nice. And we are going to head up into the final curses here. We can only get one maxed out, and I think that is going to be Go-Getter. And we might as well also go ahead. We might as well just get Sooth Baby. A little bit of a HP boost ain't going to be something to complain about. Let's put the final bone fragments into these totems. And we are on to the final stage. We're on to the dad fight now. We just need to make our way to the shop. And we do have enough money to buy the food, which is going to be nice. But we do need a little bit more max HP. Like, if we can get an actual good, decent-sized food, that is going to help out in us regaining our health. Thank you. That is going to be 40%. We cannot take anything else, which I'm not really too bothered about. Is there anything I can actually swap this out for? I can. What would we want? Honestly, I might go ahead and lock Heirloom back in so we get that free hit off. That's probably the smartest play for us to do. So guys, if you did enjoy today's episode and you do want to help support the channel, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are new here, and there will be a playlist down below with all my other Skul videos, and there will also be a link to the Discord if you want to speak to me and any other members of the channel. Now, for the run we have actually got going today, we've gone for an all-out Arson and Wisdom run on our man Alchemist here. We're also pairing him up with the Arc Demon. Well, as you can see, literally every single one of our items is for pure magic damage. So we are going to be moving on here into the hero fight, and I can't imagine us losing. I mean, this run is going to get uploaded either way, so you'll see in the next couple of minutes if we actually win this fight. Alright, come on first hero. It's time to nod up or shut up. We're going to be trying to save the Art Demon and get him in the second phase. Come on, jump all the way over here for me. Yeah, just a little bit late though. We're going to try and wait for him to do his kind of jump down attack where he comes from the sky and gets a few like beams of light to come down like his lightning. Mainly just because then we can actually go ahead and activate the skill with Alchemist that is going to deal damage to him because he stands still for quite a lot. Yeah, so here it is. We've got the golem. We are going to activate it here. That is going to deal a nice amount of damage to Dad, as long as we can get him to go through it again. Yeah, that is really quite good there. I was going to say we're doing this hitless, but we did go ahead and then take a hit there, which is a bit unfortunate. But this first phase is certainly going well so far. We do need to get on this right-hand side, though. And then we can just dodge through all these attacks like usual. Shouldn't be a problem. We're actually going to pop the Archdemon here just to help kill that. I stepped forward a little bit too early. We actually took a hit there, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. And he's not going to be living all too much longer. I assume the Golem and the Archbishop's Scriptures will be able to finish him off. And I am wrong here. Let's get the final few skills going. And here we go. We're going to be onto the second phase now. We've still got the revive. We can obviously use the Golem attack whenever. We just need to wait for him to... I think it's probably best where he does his multiple kind of attacks that go in a line and split dimensions. In the cool way of saying it. That's when we're probably going to use the Golem for now. We're just going to let him spawn in every so often and deal damage if we're facing the right way like that. Let's pop an Archdemon. We want him to spawn on this far right-hand side. That is mainly the way. Nice. Getting a decent amount of damage on now. Don't ask me why I have swapped into Lil Skul. And here is where we want to go for the Golem attack after... Luckily, that kick to the wall actually didn't do any damage. Let's pop the Golem now. We're going to just kind of sit next to him. And I didn't realise we were on such low HP. And saying that, we've actually just gone ahead and popped the revive there, which is a little bit annoying. Still got 200 HP, which is nice, though. But we just need to keep it alive for as long as possible now. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for his life sup pretty soon. What the fuck was that? Luckily, Heirloom there saved us because I didn't even know what the fuck that attack was. But that was mental. Alright, let's just wait for this guy to deal all his attacks here. We can just sit in and try and not get hit all too much. Fuck me, man. It's really not going well. Oh my god, we are taking too much damage. We're on 30 HP. I might need to shut up and just concentrate. If not, I think we are actually just dead here. Yeah, it's this attack. Alright, we've managed to survive so far. We just need to sit in the middle, not get pushed back. Heirloom will be able to tank one hit for us, and that is beautiful. Alright, let's go for the Golem spawn. Archdemon is going to get deployed. Look at his HP. No! Oh my god. That's so unlucky. I didn't see it because of the demon. Alright, well guys, I hope you did enjoy our Alchemist run in the Dark Mirror anyway. We were literally one hit away from winning that run, which is a little bit unfortunate. But if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are new here. And click in the top left to see a playlist of all my other Skul videos. And click in the top right to see a video that is best suited for you. This has been Mystic, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.